What's up there, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. So last night when I was digging up the news, I saw that a former student of the Parkland School killed herself, and that was within a week of another student killing themselves. Both of them killed themselves from survivor guilt. I didn't even know that happened. I didn't know that a male killed himself, and then 6, 7 days later, this chick did it. So I didn't even research him, but I did look at what this chick was all about. Very privileged. She's white, of course. They both are white, and the thing about it is that they lived a privileged, posh life. Her best friend was killed in a shooting, and she has survivor guilt. She never seen her friend get killed, by the way. She didn't see the dead body. All she knows, she heard about it. Now she got PTSD and she's suffering from extreme trauma. And this is the reason why the millennials and some of the Generation Zers, you guys are going to die out before my generation. I am Generation X. Generation X is going to outlive a vast majority of millennials. Easily. And Generation Z, so far, we outliving y'all already. Both generations are doing stupid shit, but it's not their fault. It's not their fault. It's my generation fault and the boomers behind us. Now, I made sure I never got pregnant because I was never going to bring any kids into this world for so many reasons. Fuck that. But I have to admit that I don't know what the hell happened with my generation, that the way we grew up, we felt that was not good enough to give the survivor skills, the life management skills to the next generation, which are the millennials, who would then and there teach the Generation Zers. Now, a lot of times millennials, the women, for some part, if the boomers raised up the child, it's because the mother wasn't shit from my generation. And that is a lot of them, honey. There's a lot of them. But I think about my childhood and I go, okay, I saw a lot of deaths growing up in Anacostia ghettos. First time I saw someone die was the age of 6. And actually, the niggas over there was so fucking hardcore. I never saw a drive-by, but I've seen so many black men, either in groups or by themselves, walk up to another and just pow right in his head or in the chest, and stood there and watched the body fall to the ground before unloading his magazine into his body. Your instinct is to run, and you do, but you just can't. You run into the bushes or you run behind a car, but you still look and see what happens. I don't think I got PTSD. I mean, it could be argued that maybe I did develop it, and maybe a lot of children of the ghettos have developed PTSD, but you don't see us fucking taking our lives. You don't see us taking ourselves out. I mean, you guys are so weak. The millennials and the Generation Z, you guys are so weak, and it is our fault. You don't even have recess for a lot of these public schools, except for private schools, they have recess. You guys don't even go outside and play. You know what the most necessary thing that all ghetto kids have to have? Bicycles, bikes. Okay? I can't even tell you how many of us all had bikes and we would all ride them everywhere we wanted to go for miles and miles and miles. Speaking of that, I lived 2 miles from my elementary school in D.C. I had to walk there. Now, you motherfuckers can live like 6 blocks from the fucking school and get a goddamn cheese bus to come pick your ass up. Unbelievable. We played double dutch. We played kickball. We we would even have slap boxing. And I think these are the things, although they are in the ghetto, these things prepared us for survival, to survive in a fucked up world for some of the time, not most of the time. Now without us wanting to kill ourselves. I don't understand this. You know, I miss Double Dutch. I haven't played Double Dutch. And by the way, if you want to know what Double Dutch is, it's a rope game. Google it. Double Dutch. We weren't germaphobes. Okay, right now y'all got cleansers for everything. Oh, wipe your hands before you get into the car. Wipe your hands before you touch this shopping cart. Wipe your hands before you do this. Fuck all that. Germs will actually build up your immune system, by the way. And listen, when you're poor, you can't be choosy. Like when we would go to the ice cream truck, go to the ice cream man, and if we dropped our ice cream on the ground, we would rub off the dirt and kiss it up to God. That was so trifling, but we still ate it. And I'm sure we did a lot of trifling ass shit that built our immune system. That's why we weren't sickly kids. Here's something else. A fat child being in the hood is very rare. I think throughout my entire childhood, there was only one fat kid. And he wasn't obese fat. He was just fat. Like probably 40 to 50 pounds overweight. The rest of us were skinny because we were very active. We played rough. And here's the thing about, remember when the dumbass millennials were doing the planking off of the high-rise buildings and falling to their deaths? Dumb motherfuckers. Well, we always had access to the roof in the ghetto. You all, oh my gosh. I mean, I'm just thinking about all the shit that we were exposed to. We were exposed at the top level floors. We were exposed to looking down without a bar there. When my dad had his condo, he was at the top of the fucking building, way up, probably 36 feet up in the air. Yes, it had a railing, but you know, kids are stupid. We would get on top of the railing and look down. Not once did we fall off. And also, when you're on top of the roof, we did a lot of stupid shit on top of the roof. Now, here's something else. My generation died a lot doing stupid shit off the roof. Seriously, my generation, when we were on the roof, there was every now and then you had some dumb motherfucker who did something and fell off the roof and fell to his death. So I guess the boomers would look at us and go, "You dumb motherfuckers." But the rest of us, we know not to stay towards. We would not go so close to the edge. But even Heavy D. I don't know if you guys. This is a Generation Xer, but Heavy D and the boys. One of the members of the boys died fucking around on the roof. And so we were just fascinated with being on top of the roof in the projects. But that gave us a natural fear of heights, so you don't do stupid shit like planking between two buildings and falling to your death. Also, the biggest thing between Generation Xers and Millennials, and as well as Generation Zers, we feared our parents. Now, granted, yes, I know a lot of us had crazy-ass black ghetto mamas who would beat the fuck out of us. But we still feared them. We wouldn't talk shit back to them. When they gave us commands or gave us that look like Becky Scarlett would say, we knew, hey, straighten up before to get your ass whipped. Kids today don't fear their parents, and it's their parents' fault because their parents are basically trying to be their fucking friend. Child, please, are you serious? There's no way I would be my child's friend. I'm your friend, honey. Don't look at me as your mother. I'm your friend. Or don't look at me as your dad. I'm your friend, buddy. No, I'm your fucking parents. You do what the fuck I say, or goddamn get a job and get the fuck out of my house. That's how it's supposed to be. I mean, and another thing too, Generation Xers had to experience. We were disciplined physically by our teachers. Our teachers could spank us, could take our hand and take a ruler and slap us in the hand with that ruler. I used to hate that shit. I used to hate it so bad. And he said to go, I. Every time they hit you in the hand, you go, I will not talk in class. We couldn't chew gum. We couldn't eat in there. It's a lot of shit we didn't do. We had discipline. And we failed the millennials, dude. We really failed the millennials. And they too are failing Generation Z. Anytime you think about these kids killing themselves because they were in a school that had a shooter that fucked people up, give me a break, dude. And then you have to think about it is that when we get older, then what the fuck is our generation gonna do? The kids are supposed to take care of us. Them motherfuckers are gone. But it's our fault. It's our fault. It's really our fault. And I think I really don't really have that much. I'm just being honest. I really don't have the respect for the millennials because of how easy they have it. But I know it's not their fault. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. It's totally my generation's fault. And it's totally the fault of the boomers, because if the ratchet ass black women or white women or dumb ass Asians, which is very few, who were not there to take care of their children, the parents who are boomers were there. And they were so old and too tired, they just let the little bastards just run off and do any goddamn thing. But suicide, to me, I just, you killed yourself for that. I can see if someone killed themselves because they were in a lot of physical pain, they're about to die, a horrific death or something like that. Or soldiers, I don't like to hear when soldiers commit suicide, but I get it. I've never served in the military. Never. But I have dated some men in the military. Ironically, all of them had PTSD. And when they would tell me the stories that they experienced fighting wars overseas, I was like, shit, that ain't shit compared to what I had to go through growing up in the hood. I think that's the reason why I kind of bond with them better, veterans and military personnel, because, they fought overseas in some fucked up conditions, and I grew up in fucked up conditions, and we have our war stories to share with one another. And if we made it out there alive with, knowing that we have to keep going, I get it. But they never committed suicide. Neither have I. It was, have we ever thought about it? For me, no. But I had one guy I dated who thought about it, and I totally get it. But he was like, I never fucking would give these motherfuckers the satisfaction. And that's how you think about that shit, right? You never give motherfuckers the satisfaction of, kill myself? What? Fuck that. Anyway, this is, that's all I gotta say. It's like, I don't feel shit in reference to that suicide. I think these people are so fucking weak. You live a good ass life, a posh ass life, in an upper middle class, these fucking houses are beautiful. Your parents are making 6 figures, or maybe 7 figures. I think the dad's making 7 figures. And you are like, oh, I can't help it. Then we had somebody shoot all the people in school. When friends die, that is traumatic. I totally get it. I've had that happen lots of times. It hurts. But not to the point where I want to kill myself. It will never get that painful. And I don't think there's anything emotionally painful that will make me want to kill myself. But that's just me. Anyway, I just came in here. That's more of a rant than anything. So with that being said, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. See ya, taters!